padre de familia.
It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Animals, the animals, trap, trap, trap till the cages full.
There's a 1 in 5 chance you've recognized one of the clips I just played. They are all openings of TV shows. Today, we are going to discuss youth behavior regarding television and how it affects them. In early 1972, for the first time, scientific evidence from a number of studies shows a link between children to television and their subsequent aggressive behavior, meaning that substance abuse, sexual activity, and violence on television could stimulate or influence some children to participate in aggressive or violent behavior.
Jump. Our toothless here gets an early trip to the dentist.
At the same time, another study showed that children who had been heavily exposed to violence could also become somewhat less sensitive compared to children who had seen little or no TV. In other words, children would dull their emotions when acquainted with such scenes on television. This is known as the bystander apathy, where people are willing to stand by and watch others getting injured or killed, and the observer will do nothing to help. Psychologists predict this is to be a major issue amongst youth.
Because you're too streetwise?
Yup. And all these hoes laughing like something funny.
In another study, it was shown repeatedly that live models or those on TV can teach behavior patterns and influence or even change opinions, attitudes, and values, such as scenes with violence could cause aggressive behavior in the time of learning. What do statistics show? The average Canadian child sees 40,000 commercials annually on broadcast TV alone. Kids see more than 250,000 commercials aimed at their appearance by age 17. 72% of teens think watching TV with a lot of sexual content influences their peers' behavior somewhat or a lot.
Let's all go to court.
Teens who watch more than 1 hour of TV per day are 4 times more likely than other teens to commit aggressive acts in adulthood. But what is the cause behind all of these behavioral issues? The limit of what is shown and accessible to youth is expanding and no longer containable to the point where anyone can search up anything and find it. Netflix has options available for all ages with little to no restrictions at all. To prevent it, there are always blogging apps or websites for your device. Contact your TV carrier and restrictions to what you can and cannot be accessible to. But how many of you even sleep? The suggested amount of hours to sleep at this age is 8, and you might be getting even half that amount due to excessive screen time. Too much screen time can attribute more aggression found in youth, and to most, screen violence is often seen as comedy, and rarely are the issues of human pain and loss looked towards. Watching sexual activity can increase the risk of sexual initiation. The education most teens find about infections come from television shows, but are not accurate and can contribute to the dilemma of teenage pregnancy, STIs, and sexualized violence. Nowadays, kids are found to be constantly using more drugs at younger and younger ages, and scientists found a link between drug intake and television consumption. 1 in 3 kids will ultimately die from a smoking-related disease. And now the ultimate question is, have you fallen victim to your television?